Hey guys, welcome back. This is Supergirl. On tonight's episode, we deal with matters of the heart. Literally. Lockwood's back in the picture, and Alex is getting a life back? I don't know. We also have news and gossip. Stay tuned.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Zach Silverman. I'm your host tonight. We are down for the count for Tehran. He will be back with us on another episode. We are covering Supergirl episode 12, season 4. I got my lovely panel here with me tonight. Guys, why don't you introduce yourselves?
Hey, how you doing, guys? My name's Jorge Bayo.
Hey guys, my name's Tehran. Oh wait, no, that's not right.
Oh wait. Tehran, I thought you were here. How'd you show up?
Just kidding. My name's Heather Wake.
Awesome. So guys, we are back for Supergirl. We all have been missing, I feel like, right? It's been a little while since
Happy New Year. Belated.
Wow. Yeah, Happy New Year, Happy Valentine's Day. So many holidays have passed. Let's just get right into it. We had kind of a shorter episode, it feels like, on my end. Let's get your overall thoughts. What do you guys think of tonight's episode?
There was a lot going on. A lot of different factions and a lot of different storylines being brought back together. Like being Ben Lockwood being brought back into the whole storyline. But there was a lot going on.
It really was. Yeah. Heather?
Okay, so I wasn't thinking about the name Menagerie being to the female character yet and having it related to Elite. So I was like, why is it called Menagerie? Why is it called Menagerie? Until they, announced the alien. I was like, oh, because it feels like a whole menagerie of genres, right? So the episode started off like an old horror movie, right? Like there's the bad couple that
got
gets
the Bonnie
into,
and Clyde.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then you're like, oh, well, they're not gonna survive. And it's kind of like an old, either a comic book noir or like a horror movie, but then you have like rom-coms with the girls eating their feelings through candy, right? And then it goes straight to prison with Ben Lockwood. So it was just like all of this stuff going on.
So you liked the episode? Is what
I mean, I was just on my toes. Like, what show am I in?
Where are we going?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Where are we going next?
Where are we going next? I love it. Well, let's get into it. I mean, we had a lot going on. So first topic, we have James and Lena.
Which was kind of like a side story, right? It didn't happen, I felt, until after halfway through, and you're like, oh, right, this was a thing.
Yeah, I mean, I almost forgot they were a couple,
Well, they're not anymore, who cares?
How do we feel
saw
about
that coming.
It was meant to not be. Just like Lena said, right?
Yeah.
She was like, it was going to inevitably happen.
I feel obviously it's a Valentine's Day episode, and it's dealing matters of the heart, and she was just heartless tonight.
Yeah, I mean, her whole thing. I mean,
she was cold.
The bigger deal to me was her making an agreement with the government and taking that government contract. I mean,
see, yeah, I thought. I mean, she knows corruption. I never thought she would be so naive.
I don't know where they're going with her character, because when we first were introduced to her, she was everything but a Luthor and trying to get away from that name. And now it just seems like she's just falling deeper and deeper down that hole into it.
I'm telling you, she is going to turn evil eventually.
Well, I mean, we do know Lex Luthor will be coming to the show eventually, so maybe they're just trying to set it up for something like that. Guys in the chat, let us know.
It does feel, it feels like they have an idea. The writers have an idea that we aren't privy to.
Yeah.
And it came unexpectedly, so they're shifting a lot of things really fast, especially with Lena's character and Jimmy's character, and they're like, oh, well, yes, she's had a change of heart because, well, you don't know yet.
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, a few episodes back when she had her guinea pig that died on the table, what was that guy's name? Adam, right, Adam, who died on the table, that had some sort of effect on her and has changed her.
And that's what I'm trying to wrap my head around. I don't understand what made her become so cold and heartless, because is she really dealing with such being torn between two worlds, what to do? I mean, she is doing something to better humankind, but how do you know the government's not going to how can you not realize the government's going to just take everything and do wrong with it?
Right. The government's going to weaponize it.
That's everything that she stood against.
Right.
I'm optimistic that her character will get more dynamic with the introduction of Lex. I hope that it doesn't get totally overshadowed, but I think it'll get more dynamic. I mean, her dynamic with Lex is going to be way more interesting than with Jimmy.
I would love to see like the brother sibling kind of
yeah,
thing
or
come
this
out.
kind of like manipulator puppet
Who
thing.
could one up the other? Because
There's
Yeah.
going to be a rivalry there for sure. It's going to be a chess game between the two.
I
of
would
them.
love to see that. That would be great.
But if she's already going over to the government side, it's sort of like, well, what forces are really battling each other then? Because that means they're kind of on the same side of the coin, I think. I don't know.
Do you stand for what James is standing for? Like, do you agree with him?
Absolutely, man. There's nothing good could come of this contract.
I was with Lena on giving humans superpowers. I was not with Lena with trusting the government.
Right.
I know. This is kind of mirroring on The Flash, what they're doing as well. They're coming out with like a metahuman cure. And Cisco is trying to like deal with like, should I be doing this or not? And
Do you think that'll bleed into the next?
I don't know. It
crossover?
might. It would be interesting to see how they could all tie together. But I feel like it's pulling from the whole X-Men thing. And like, what happened in X-Men? We saw how bad that turned out. So like, obviously it's different worlds, but different universes. They won't really know about that.
These themes are being mirrored, in other shows too. Like I host for The Gifted too, and it's always this kind of inner dilemma that all the characters are going through.
Yeah, I did like how James though stood up for love, and as much as he was just like, look, I'm sorry, I don't want to judge you. Like this is where I stand, but it sounded like he was still in her corner, and he wanted to make things work, and he just truly loved her for all her flaws, for all the things that she had done to him, that like she was lying to him and everything. That's like a true sign of a man.
Yeah, he
like
brought her that framed stalker photo of her asleep.
I thought it was really pretty. I don't know.
It was really pretty, but the first thought that crossed my mind was, I like you best when you're not talking, when you're unconscious. This is my ideal version of you.
Okay, fair enough. I feel like I do
But it was
remember
pretty.
him taking that picture though at one point. Did we get a scene of that? That wasn't just in my mind somewhere, was it?
He is a photographer.
I know
Weird.
he is.
Yeah, but he could have just done that with his iPhone. Click.
I know, right? So, real question before we change topics. With Lena, one of our opening shots was like this distress face of hers. And this was before Haley came to talk to her. What else was going on in her mind, do you think? Or was she just still dealing with the whole Adam aspect
I think that still weighs heavily on
or
her
breaking
mind.
up? Like, do you think she wanted to, like, already going into this knowing she had to break up with
Yeah, I
James?
think the point is we're supposed to see Lena like still forlorn and really wrought with all these new developments. And then, lo and behold, here's your opportunity to further this.
Well, it was also an opportunity for distraction because she was the one that said, let's go to Paris.
Oh, yeah.
God, she jumped right
She
on
jumped right on that, and she was the one that had to convince him that it was a good idea. So I don't think she was sitting there thinking, God, I got to break up with James. You know?
Yeah.
I think she was she's pondering the moral ambiguity of her scientific research.
living in that gray area that he had said in that episode.
Which isn't all that gray, because let's be honest, there was a human being that died in her trial.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what she was thinking about.
Yeah. Well, on more positive notes, why don't we talk about what the supporters can do at home?
Let's talk about what the supporters can do at home. Why don't we?
In Paris or otherwise.
Hey guys, before we move on to our next topic, we just wanted to say thank you for making us the ESPN of TV talk. For us to continue to grow, we could use your help. If you're on YouTube right now, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. And if you're on iTunes, please give us 5-star ratings. But no matter where you are, leave us a comment so you can get involved in the conversation. Being a part of AfterBuzz TV has meant so much to all of us, and we truly appreciate you supporting us and doing what we love. Don't forget to tell your friends, your super friends, and keep enjoying our shows. That's all for now.
God, I love that. That was awesome.
I gotta give it the movie phone voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is
I mean,
movie
why not?
phone.
I hope the
Movie
viewers at
trailer.
home like it. So yeah, next we got Kara and Alex. We had more Kara tonight than Supergirl. I think we only saw Supergirl 2 times.
I thought
Five?
once,
And
yeah.
finally-
Once when towards the end, right?
Yeah, I feel like we're only seeing Supergirl during the pivotal fights. and
Had
it's
our
about
hardly
Kara
any
and
fights.
yeah.
We didn't even
By
see
that I mean
Red
1-2
Daughter
punch.
this time.
No,
No.
we did not. Well, I think she's still in the coma. Or hurting or something.
And the
along those lines.
nosebleed.
Yeah.
But remember, last time they said we need somebody's help, so she might be being transported.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that story.
Whenever that happens.
Yeah.
How many more episodes do we have left?
that storyline's just been being peppered and peppered and
a
peppered
carrot.
in.
I'm just wondering how long this dynamic is going to go. Like, I get it. I get it's at the emotional core of who these characters are. I'm just wondering. I mean, eventually Alex is going to get her memories back. So this this tension is not built within me. I'm like, this is sad, but it's going to be fine in a few episodes. So it's hard for me to like.
I'm kind of on the same. I'm in the same boat with you on that one. It's not that the writers are pushing, but it's they're pulling at our heartstrings, trying to get us to have these emotions for it. But I feel like we're 4 seasons in. We've seen such a great dynamic between Alex and Alex and Supergirl, and how well they work together. And now they're just like trying to like backtrack us. I feel like. I don't know.
Which is how the characters feel too. So it's like I get it, the whole mirroring thing, but.
No, they're also trying to give Alex that opportunity to do the things that she couldn't do before because she was always worried about Supergirl, right? Like finishing the adoption papers and going out.
Yes, but the selfish part of me is like, I do not watch comic book shows to see which children are adopted. So there's that part of me that's like, okay, great, she's gonna adopt somebody.
They kind of like kept rubbing it in her face all episode too. We got to see Haley come back. She's like, yeah, I'd come back for my daughter. And she's like, you have a daughter?
Yeah, I thought something weird was going to happen. Like, oh, her daughter's an alien. Or like she wasn't really seeing her daughter. She was interrogating someone. But no. It's like, she does have a daughter. Okay.
Helping her put together some school project.
Yes. She was like a master with super glue or something like that. Which, I mean, she lives a full life, but she knows how to balance it. And I think that's kind of what Alex was getting to take away from tonight's episode is that, like, have trust in others that they can protect themselves, and you need to learn how to balance your life.
And there is, throughout every season, there is like one major thing that, like you said, tugs at the heartstrings. I mean, even with previous seasons, I'm suddenly forgetting who her love interest is, which we're going to talk about later. Monel.
Oh.
Like that was her major, struggle. Yeah.
Okay.
And now it's Alex. I mean, yeah, I'm hoping that in the next few episodes it does get resolved.
Do you like how this is how they're reintroducing? Because I did think they dropped the ball a little bit. We did get to see a lot of Alex previously going into relationships and get like all gung-ho about adopting. Do you think I felt it just disappeared, just like, well, I guess that's not happening anymore. Do you like how they're reintroducing all of this in this manner that her mind was wiped and now she's trying to remember like what's missing in her life, and it's just like, oh yeah, I wanted a kid and I wanted a partner.
Right.
Is this the appropriate way to do it?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's certainly a way to introduce a new love interest.
I was happy with the love interest.
Yeah.
Becca was her name?
I love how Alex definitely has like a type, because she doesn't she?
Not really. I don't
She
think
looks
so.
she looks really similar to
A little similar.
Yeah?
yeah.
Okay. All right. I mean, the last one was a cop.
That's
She doesn't
true.
seem like a cop at all. She looks like
Different
a school
vibe,
teacher or
yes,
something.
Different vibe, but
But
about 5'2".
my question though is, how old could she really be if she's at Nia's party? Because Nia's younger.
This is true.
So why is she at?
Why are you being an ageist?
I'm not.
Why are you being an ageist? What are you saying? People can't go to.
Nia's very mature.
Yeah, Nia is very mature.
Nia is
She's got
very
a
mature.
lot of friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess it was her roommate's party. So
Yeah,
we don't
and
know
they're
how
an
old her
odd
room-
couple.
That's a very strange.
Oh boy.
I'm enjoying that.
And every
I
song
know.
was her jam.
Yeah,
was the song that
hashtag
came
Yvonne
in?
for roommate.
What was the song
That Miley Cyrus
Cyrus
song. Oh.
That was her jam.
That was her jam.
And Brainy brought her chocolates.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Lots of Valentine's Day.
I mean, and Brainy too. Are we getting into Brainy
go
and
on.
Nia?
Yeah.
He just gets better and better to me, except for like leaving Nia hanging. But other than that, I'm just like every little
think
quirk he does, every little thing. I'm just like, oh, you just
So you
steal
thought
the show from me.
you thought he left her hanging tonight?
Yeah, I mean he made up for it.
Yeah.
But then it was too late. It was too little, too late.
I didn't even see them interact at the party. I don't think
No,
he.
I don't think they,
That's what I'm saying. He went. She invited him to the party.
Right.
He goes, does nothing, and then when he comes back, the Yvonne takes the chocolates or whatever. She's like, "I need you for training." That's right. You're friend zoned. No more for
I think
you.
at the party though, he was trying to go and talk to
He
Mia.
was. And
was.
Mia was on
But then
her
he
own.
left.
No, but then he got the whatchamacallit.
Yeah.
He got the call from Alex to process this blood sample, and then from there. He got cornered by her roommate doing the
dance.
I'm not
Miley
saying
Cyrus.
it's his fault
And
that
then
he continues to break her heart. I'm just saying that he does.
I don't think he was breaking her heart. Though. The thing is also she was in her own mind because she's still dealing with the death of her mother. I don't think she was like present at the party at all.
Yeah,
it was
that's
almost
true.
good that he got held up because I feel like he would have been in his head of like, what can I do for you? How can I help you out? As opposed to just like being there for her.
That's true.
So it was perfect timing. Plus, it allowed her to flourish and like rise to the occasion. How'd you guys feel about the costume? This is the introduction of the costume, kind of her wearing it.
Yeah. I liked it, but I liked the I guess promo picture a little bit better.
Okay.
But what can you do? Like the posters and stuff are always going to be way cooler than like what they actually have to move in and stuff.
Yeah.
I thought like I saw her shoes were like wedges, and I was like, wow, they're gonna make her like do combat in wedges. All right then, gotta get that lift.
Gotta get that lift. I mean, hey, if you're short, right?
But great debut though. Like that was cool.
What's her training going to be like? Because she is a total civilian, right? I mean, she's going to learn how to fight and do.
Well, Brandy said he had a box full of
Mind mazes.
mazes. So I imagine.
So it's mostly the cerebral stuff that she's
Yeah.
gonna do.
But I mean, like, what can she really do for everybody besides say like, "Hey, duck," because something is gonna like be thrown at you or something? But
I know. I'm interested to see if they, elaborate, develop her powers more, or if they use them in a clever way.
I mean, she's an alien. Maybe she's been suppressing powers of some
Yeah.
sort.
Does she have to be asleep to use her powers?
That's what I don't know.
Well,
yet.
remember when for a few episodes back, I think it's when they go to the harp. No, she's handcuffed, and she like just has a vision for a split second when the bullet comes to her and she
Yes.
does that.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
So that wasn't
Exchange.
really going to sleep. That was just like vision.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So it was just a
So-
slight narcoleptic moment.
Exactly.
All right.
So it's kind of gonna be like Vibe almost from the Flash, ish. No. Yeah.
No, that's a different power altogether. I think because Vibe needs it. We're not talking about the Flash. But that is a different power
I mean, I'm
altogether.
curious how is she gonna like interact with Supergirl and everybody. Like,
I think she has moments where she predicts, into the future. But
so maybe she could be very skillful and almost like ninja-like because
That's what I'm thinking. It's like, oh, I'm so
someone's
mentally
gonna punch
powerful.
me here, so I could just like remember to move and kind of.
Yeah.
Brainy kind of has that same capacity too because he's
That's
so
because he's
programmed.
predicting.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
mathematical.
That's
for Brit.
mathematical. It's different.
Exactly.
Which they pair very well together. Now that I think about it, in many levels, I really hope they get together.
There you go.
I'm gonna ship that. I would.
There
like to
you
see
go. Me too.
that. Awesome.
He did bring her chocolates, even though Yvette was, eating them all.
Chowing down on those chocolates.
Is it Yvette or Yvonne?
Chat? Is it
Oh, it's Yvette. You're right. It's Yvette.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of those chocolate? Was it marshmallows?
Yeah, I was like,
roses?
this
That's new.
episode brought to you by chocolate-covered marshmallows available at Edible Arrangements.
There was a ton of those. Yeah. All right. Well.
I think one other topic, the
Sons
son,
of
yeah,
Liberty come back.
Sons of Liberty come
We
back.
have Ben Lockwood, his son, his wife.
He is a master manipulator, that
God,
Ben
he is.
Lockwood.
He has
isn't
his family wrapped around. He has the president wrapped around his finger.
yeah, crazy.
Which is crazy.
Well, he outpolls the president. Ben Lockwood polls higher than the president. of
Yeah,
the
it's one of those the enemy of my enemy is my friend type of thing.
Yeah.
It's funny how Nia was like, I thought we were done with
Ben.
Children of Liberty, and I was like, yeah, I thought we were too. Well, here we are.
No.
I don't mind seeing them come back.
No, because Ben Lockwood is really cool.
He's a strong character.
Yeah.
So he's going to be pulling the strings from. Oh well, he's out of prison now. He was pulling the strings behind prison. How'd you
Through
guys?
his son.
Yeah. Okay, so I have some queries with all that. I thought the mask and everything was taken away when he was arrested. Wasn't he arrested in all of that?
Spare
Oh my
mask.
gosh, you're right.
So,
That's a
like-
good point.
Where did the mask come from? And I'm pretty sure they knew where his hideout was, right? They confiscated everything, so now everything's back.
Spare set.
Spare set. Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
and I mean he went to the steel mill,
That
right?
ruins the
Yeah.
metaphor of the
And he
son
brought-
becoming the
yeah.
father.
He brought
Zach.
it down on a chain. It was something that was up.
It was hidden.
It was hidden. He
Because
brought it-
FBI agents
They
wouldn't
did make
think to look
multiple
up.
masks, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, look, it was a cool introduction. I'm very curious to see how it's going to affect his son and what he's going to become.
Yeah, I bet that kid actor was just like, what? I thought I was just like going to get a few lines in a few
Yeah.
episodes. What is this? This is amazing.
Oh no! I'll save it for predictions, but
Okay.
You think it was all known?
yeah.
Ah.
I think something's gonna happen with that kid.
Oh yeah, I think so too. Now that the seed has been planted, but it was super dark. I mean, it's just like misguided children of misinformed parents. You know, it's just
Yeah. Like, I mean, we have Ben telling his son to rise to the occasion and you will know what to do. And, like, Sons of Liberty have to be the people to kill this alien. Like, that's just putting so many wrong, like,
It kind of reminded me of that whole thing with the teenager in the MAGA hat, like who was right up against the Native American.
that just kind of happened.
Yeah, it
last
was just
week or
like,
two.
yeah, I just like had flashes of that whole like news story too. You know, it's just like big metaphor for what's going on.
Yeah.
That whole thing.
Yeah.
It's like, wow.
Well, are we happy that we have the Sons of Liberty back? Where do we think they're going to play into the rest of the season?
Well, yeah, now especially if they're gonna do like stuff with the elite, it's just like everything all over the place now.
This episode really was all over the place. I'm like having trouble. Just
But also there are
remembering This happened
aliens.
and that happened. This one happened. Yeah, so much. Very cool.
It really wasn't about Menagerie at all, minus introducing
It was
her
just an introduction
character.
of Menagerie, I think.
Yeah.
Which was interesting.
I think what's going to happen with Lockwood is he's going to, build the Children of Liberty into an even bigger.
Now, is he going to do that behind the mask, or is he going to do that behind the panel like this?
Yeah, so he might
had
not
that
need it
show
anymore.
Where he wanted to.
I think he's going to go political on it. I think he's going to start running for office.
Oh,
Oh, man.
snap.
Okay.
I think. I mean, if he's already polling higher than the president of the United States, why wouldn't you?
Get me that bumper sticker.
Well, I mean, he would be put under a microscope. He wouldn't. He got out on a very, very, very weird technicality of
Only humans are protected
under the Patriot Act, which is it's.
Under acts of terrorism, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like where it's going with all this because, I mean, a life is a life, regardless if it's from outer space or not. And just how, as the president of the United States, can't see that. Like how are all these people just so afraid that they just can't see that it's another life in front of them as opposed to like it's an alien.
That is the great dilemma.
It is the great dilemma. It's very... Yeah, so we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like it's going to be Supergirl or the Super Friends, like up against two little mini armies.
I mean, we have the way the season's going, we have Supergirl up against whatever alien comes for the episode, Sons of Liberty, who are always going to get involved and kind of get in the way, the DEO, where they're like Supergirl's not against, but like kind of frenemies with DEO, with Sons of Liberty, and then they're going to try and introduce Red Daughter as well. It's a lot. And what's this new group coming in called?
The Elite.
The Elite? That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot to pack in.
Manchester Black,
He's back, gonna
Menagerie,
come back in
and
the
the
picture,
Hat.
and the
Yeah, I
Hat.
think we got some photos of them, actually.
Yeah. Let's pull up some of those photos and we could get right
Yeah.
into Menagerie and discuss
All right,
a little
so
bit
that's
about
what
her.
Menagerie Pamela Dox? Is it?
No, Ferrer.
Pamela
Pamela
Ferrer. Or Dox is brainy.
Yeah.
Pamela Ferrer. That's what she looks like in the movies. And there's the Hat.
So he doesn't get an introduction episode, I don't think, then.
I guess
No.
he just pops on in.
We'll get to see next week.
That'd be cool if she actually comes out looking like that, though, with the wings and the snakes popping around.
Yeah,
love
that's
to
why I
see
was
her
like,
with the
wait,
wings.
that's her? Because I forgot that she had like little snake heads. I always knew her from the wings,
Yeah.
the gargoyle-esqueness.
The gargoyle.
Yeah, that's a technical term.
Okay, and you're coining that one.
Yes.
Very nice. So yeah, I mean, this is our baddie of the episode, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Menagerie. She came across what we thought was a meteor with her Bonnie or Clyde kind of esque lover, and this little snake thing came up, and we thought
I thought it was a face hugger at first.
a face.
I know, it did. It did look like that.
It looked like a face
Kinda
hugger at
did,
first. I was like, oh shit.
Impregnate her with something. And, yeah, I mean, I actually thought she was gonna die. I was like, oh, here goes the storyline really quickly, and we come to find out.
Yeah, I
that
thought it was just the intro.
hearts are going missing, but her body. It was just the guy that was the body was there. So.
Now, did I miss why she was going after people with jewels or gemstones?
Oh, because she was a jewel thief.
It was just because of the personality of the person.
Yeah. And
okay.
And I think the alien symbiote was kind of doing the whole like what Venom did, you know,
Yeah.
just really increasing whatever's going on inside the person's
Got
mind.
it. So she's not gone, but
No,
she
she's
ain't
very
there
much
either.
there. Yeah. Well, it's we now, not I or the alien.
I see. I
So-
see. Now I don't know in the actual comic books her origin story. Is that how it happens? Is she somebody who gets taken over by an alien? Do you guys know? Chat.
Chat.
Chat. Leave it to the chat
Chat.
on that one.
She's
Yeah.
kind of an obscure character, so.
Yeah. I mean, she was in the one Super.
Yeah, it's Superman versus the Elite.
Yeah,
It's
so-
one of those DC animated movies. It's really good. I recommend it, guys.
Yeah.
Check it out. Yeah, well, I mean, we get to follow her, and she's just going around stealing a bunch. Man, we
And that's
we had another plot line in there that we had John's plot line.
Oh yeah.
With the missing alien
was
director of
short-lived.
Alien Affairs.
That
Yeah,
was a
because he
really
was
short-lived.
cheating on his wife.
Right.
The poor woman comes in, like, my husband, like, has been getting all these threats, and now he's missing.
Such a
Comes
red
to
herring.
find out that on Valentine's Day, he's cheating with this.
Yeah, Stewart was.
Or
woman.
does that have any meat that could be chewed on for the next episode? Was that like something being developed for next, or is that just like
No, his heart
nothing?
was-
Yeah.
And I think the only meat that was being chewed on was
Oh
his
yeah.
heart.
Yeah. I think it was just a big play on Valentine's Day and, like, dealing with the heart. you know?
Wow.
How your heart can be crushed on Valentine's Day. You could, like, have a great time.
Or you could end up like Lena Luthor, just chugging booze all alone, but in an amazing dress. So I mean,
I did like her attire.
right? I found myself like really noticing a lot of like the costumes and this. I'm like, what is this? Like, I feel like I'm watching a rom-com. I'm like, oh, pretty dress, yeah. Wait, no, superheroes, yeah.
So it comes to a conclusion with Supergirl fighting Menagerie, getting saved by Dreamer, which was nice. Come in all for the Sons of Liberty to save the day.
Yeah.
Whoops.
And to top it off, it was Ben Lockwood's son who chopped the head off of this alien.
With a lightsaber?
That came out of nowhere. He pulled out that like machete, and I was
Yeah.
like, okay, kind of cool. Like that's a little dangerous. You could poke your eye out, and it was like,
Yeah,
whoa.
it looked like that Black Mandalorian lightsaber
Yes.
from
Yeah,
You know what I'm
I
talking
know
about.
exactly. Yeah, Clone Wars.
from the Clone Wars. Yeah, it's
So cool. Nerd moment. Yeah, man, this episode.
Zach, you gotta rearrange your glasses. There you go.
We're just both nerded out. a
This
little bit
episode was just all over the place. I don't know, Chet. I want to hear what you have to say. Leave it in the comments tonight for us so that we could rehash this next. Or we're not back next week, so we could rehash it March 3rd. I want to know what you guys think about this episode. You know, how on point or off point it was, writing, storyline, and everything. Where are they going with everything? I don't know. How did the episode end? We have the Menagerie sent to prison. We had Alex and Kara.
And you end with the envelope for Manchester
I
Black,
don't
which
even
I'm
wanna
like,
get into that yet. Hold on.
Oh,
a second.
okay. Sorry,
Let's not
sorry.
even get into that. We have Alex getting the number for Becca. Do we think she's gonna get to actually pursue her life, like having a life? Are we gonna follow this plot line down that hole? Is she gonna get a kid? Is she gonna have a girlfriend in this?
oh God,
Do we
I
wanna
hope
see her
not.
with the girlfriend again?
No.
There's just too many people in the picture, right?
Yeah, it's too many storylines. to
I'm
follow
sorry,
at this
Alex.
point.
You have to be lonely for me to be entertained.
Okay, I'm fine with that.
Just like Adele has to be heartbroken for her songs to be good, you know? It's just how it works.
It is how it works. So that wraps that up. We have Brainy hopefully going to be training Nia.
Yes.
Which would be interesting. That'd be kind of fun. We had a little throwback to Win I liked that. I love Win.
I'm just wondering,
Wynn's
like,
not going to be
know.
back to the rest of this.
I know he's not ever coming back. It's okay.
you don't think he's ever coming back?
He's on Broadway. He's doing his thing. Let him do his thing. He's enjoying himself. Okay.
Let him enjoy his
That's what it
Broadway.
is. Yeah. We miss you. Anyway, so yeah, now we can get into the envelope.
No, now I don't want to. Okay, fine. Now, how does he know that chick is there? That Menagerie is there?
Well, I assume
how is
he's
he
just
able
next,
to?
I assume he's just right next to her
Okay.
in the same prison.
In the same vein as how did they not confiscate all the
nice.
masks?
Okay.
Why was he able to have a pure blood red wax brand or ID or whatever on his envelope?
Oh, he
What
probably,
did he get that in commissary? Like,
No, he probably did it in like what do they call it? The
Arts and crafts?
Arts and crafts class.
okay.
He drafted a nice letter for her, and
I don't know.
You know.
Don't they open all your mail in jail? I mean, you know
mailed
about that, right? Zach?
Yeah, they definitely. Oh, of course,
I mean, your time in prison.
time of another day of Zach. Yes.
How do you? Wait, yeah. How did he find it? They're going to be in different. Are we just going to just?
It was in a
suspend
very
them?
nice envelope, let me tell you.
Yeah, very classy.
Yeah.
I guess, well, he is thinking of
Unless
after
he's
all.
out for some reason, we just don't know that as an audience yet.
Nope, he's still in jail because
Okay,
the whatchamacallit preview for next week showed him still in a jumpsuit.
Ah, rats.
That's
It looked
right.
like,
Yeah.
at least. So,
Maybe he's just continuing on with the fashion of prison, even though he's been out.
okay. I don't know. But we come to find out that Menagerie actually didn't lose her alien buddy.
Right. Which I think that was no surprise, was it?
Yeah, what? You cut off that one head, you don't think another one's going to grow back?
Yeah, because she
Yeah,
had
that
been
was
like
the weird-
sprouting
she's
out
sprouting
things.
tons of them. Yeah, but I figured like the one that came to the right was like the
head guy.
head gang.
No, the minute I saw, I'm like, oh, she's alive, so therefore the alien is for sure.
Yeah, when I saw like she just kind of fell and like got back up, I was like, oh, so they both didn't die together. It was a big telltale.
Yeah.
So. But it's cool. It leads into something.
I am glad we're going to get to see Manchester Black again.
Well, we're going to see a little battle next week between the Elite and the Super Friends.
In a few weeks, but yes.
In a few weeks. Stay tuned, Super Friends. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be kind of fun. I'm excited for it. A little brawling,
Yeah.
and that's always fun. It was always good. They were in the comics as well.
The Elite?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's
Are they more on the good side or bad side for people at home who don't really follow
they're the
comics?
anti-hero kind of thing.
Okay.
Who lean more towards antagonistic, I think. Like they cause more problems than solutions, I think, right? For the heroes, as far as like my
So
experience.
they're more akin to like the Sons of Liberty, where they'll kind of do anything for.
Yeah, they're
Anything
dogmatic
for the
for
cause.
sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything for the cause, yeah.
Interesting. So we'll have like Jean against Manchester, kind of dueling it off, and
Probably. But
yeah.
does Manchester have psionic powers just yet?
He's got to have something. I mean,
that's still something that we don't know. That's just like another drop ball. I don't know. Anything else on this episode, guys? It wasn't that much.
I
One
mean,
to
I
follow.
think we unpacked a lot.
We did unpack a lot. I think we got a lot more questions than answers tonight. That's gonna unfold in the next few episodes.
which I think
coming
is,
up.
it feels even more drawn out since we have like, an episode here and nothing, and then an episode here and nothing, right? So you're just
we
like,
got the Super Bowl, the Oscars, the Grammys,
Yeah.
all these things coming up. So it's not a thing that like it's. I'm sure the writers and the actors
No, it's
don't
nothing you
really
can do.
want This. It's
Yeah.
nothing. Yeah. So just gotta roll with the punches right out there. Awesome, cool. So then I think that about wraps it up. Why don't we get into news and gossip? And,
oh yes.
we got some juicy.
So simple, quick news today. Valentine's Day was
Thursday.
yes, Thursday, and maybe heartbreaking for some, but very heartwarming for our very own Supergirl, Melissa Benoistas, although it might be Melissa Wood now. Please don't take that name, Melissa. But she did get engaged. I don't know if you can really see her little tagline, but for all of my romantics out there, it says, yes, yes, it will always be yes, which I didn't even know she was dating her co-star. Chris Wood, right? Who played Monel?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Showmance.
when Monel was on season 2 or whatever it was, and they had that romance going on, I was like, oh, they have to be
Undeniable.
dating in real life because I enjoyed that storyline.
Oh, did you now?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you were enjoying
Did you
it.
enjoy it alone?
I gotta say, I am a little upset with Melissa. I thought I was a contender for putting a ring on her finger, but
Hey, man, I thought I called dibs.
Heather, what do you got to say about that? So yeah, that's it for us tonight, guys. My name is Zach. You can find me all across social media at Zach with a CH Silverman too. Couldn't have done it without my lovely panel, guys. Where can they find you?
How you doing? I'm Jorge Pai. You can find me on all my social media at the El Jorge. That's TheelJorge.
And guys, you can check me out on Instagram at heather.wake.
And that is that for tonight, guys. We won't be back next week, but we will be back March 3rd, so be sure to tune in then. Have a great night.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.